So I had two very good friends make a pretty long distance drive to spend the weekend with me here in the garage to assist me with the application of a new ceramic coating on my very loved Audi SQ5.
Name is Alex Dewar.
Shaun Gullacher.
So Shaun and Alex have been pretty good buddies of mine for a while now, and this was the first opportunity the three of us had to personally get together to tackle a detailing project and present all of our work through a video here on the Rad Garage YouTube channel. A little while back I had the opportunity to meet with Tim Coates, who is the man behind the brand Ethos.
For your vehicle, I mean, what's going to be the use case of this car? Is it your daily driver? Is it a weekend car? What's
this
the goal?
Is our only car. We're a family of three. Come October, that car is being subjected to freezing temperatures, snow, mud, all that stuff. So it takes a beating, this car. Like, honestly, the mud and the salt will sit on my car on average for 2 weeks before I have a chance to deal with it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, I can imagine. We don't have those kind of issues in California. So,
No,
I mean, the sun's pretty hard here, but winters are tough where you're at. So.
Tim and the team at Ethos generously sponsored the products that you'll see showcased in today's video.
Yeah, I think I'm probably leaning more towards either the Graphene Max layered with the V2, or even just doing 2 layers of the Graphene Max would be probably the best way to go with that, because that's really going to give you the best film build in terms of the thickness, as well as the best chemical and abrasion resistance for the surface, without really giving you, without subtracting from the looks of the car, the hydrophobics, things like that.
Should we go ahead and do the glass while we're at it?
I definitely would. You'll find that coating is actually going to be easier than cleaning your glass. So as long as it's, prep the whole car kind of at one step, do a very light polish on the glass, make sure there's no residuals or anything on there.
Okay.
Detox, which is our panel prep, and then quickly apply it. You can wipe it off. There's no flash time with that coating, so it really is as simple as wipe it on, wipe it off. You can do all the glass. You can do one section of glass and then wipe off and then apply it to another. It's really whatever works best for your workflow. It's been great to stay connected with you over the years, and
yeah, you too. I've enjoyed watching your rise, man. Keep rising. Keep working.
Likewise. So
all right, we'll be in touch real soon.
So have a good one.
Okay, you too, Tim.
See you, Rick. Bye.
See you, buddy.
Throughout the video, you will get a little glimpse of some of the behind the scenes, behind the camera ways in which we kept ourselves entertained and motivated for this ambitious project. So please stick around and follow the antics of myself, Shaun, and Alex as we tackle this project we call 3 Men and an Audi.
Shaun was using the Rupes yellow wool, which was a great cutter. And the nice thing with the wool is that you may see it as a sledgehammer, which it can be in certain situations, but with the Audi paint, it was, you know, rock hard, so sometimes you have to really bring out the big guns.
I thought when we were testing it out, it was an interesting combination of it. Felt like it had some bite to it, but also looked like it was going to be a good finishing polish. So got into using that, and it was very smooth, and the wipe off was fairly nice. But also the thing I noticed most about it was as you're polishing with it, you could really see through the polish. So you got a real good picture of what kind of results you were getting at the time of actually polishing. So I think that was like the real sweet spot with the product, is the ability to kind of check your work as you're going.
Like Lethbridge is like, I think we're at Lane's. Like I was doing like the 3 pH walk. Hey, breakfast time.
All right, boys, I got to tell you, we're our breakfast here at where are we?
Morning brunch.
Morning Brunch Co. is being generously sponsored by our friend Chris and his team at Carzilla. So we just want to give a shout out to Chris. We're going to come and see him at lunch.
Yep.
So we're going to dine on eggs and pancakes. And thanks, Chris. This is awesome.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
The nice thing with having the 3 of us here was that we can kind of delegate tasks. So Rick was obviously Spielberg behind the camera, Shaun was the heavy cutter, and then I was kind of following up. When Shaun was hitting it with the heavier cut and I was finishing, I was able just to go right over top. We weren't removing any of the stuff before, went right over it, quickly hit it with the finale, and then wiped it off, and the wipe off was excellent. And then I was following up with the white edge guard, more of a kind of a heavier polishing pad. And the edge guard pads are amazing, whether it's the 3 or 5 inch where you're leveraging both. They literally have a lip on the inside so that if you're beginning, you know, it's very easy to center your pad and, you know, you have excellent balance, because that's kind of one of the issues too, is that if you're first starting out, you don't get that pad centered perfectly, you get a bit of off balance vibration. It's just not a great time. But having the right tools for the job is super important, you know, whether you're a seasoned veteran or an absolute beginner.
It is. It's our home online and it's our home in person. We're gonna step inside and see.
And just going to visit Chris at Carzilla, you know, as modest and as quiet as he is, he's an excellent guy. The amount of stuff in there, you know, both his head and in the warehouse is unbelievable.
I'm taking you over to one of my favorite burger joints called Inglewood Drive-In. You've been here before,
I have
Alex.
been here. It's absolutely fantastic.
I'm happy to say that our friend Owen and his team at TOC's have generously sponsored our burgers. So thank you, Owen. I'll be sending you the bill, and we're hungry.
letting Shaun really focus on the application because the coating itself was new to all of us. You know, our good friends Jamie down in the swamp, you know, was doing a bunch of testing with it, but with us, you know, thanks to Tim with giving us some inside baseball on how to really apply it. It's important to kind of have that team structure, and if you have any hesitation with the ceramic coating, having a friend or two by your side makes it a much more pleasant experience. But, you know, going by with a, you know, a pearl weave towel and then, you know, following up with a circular knit weave, you know, kind of the 450 GSM area, it really, really helps because sometimes, you know, you're working and even if they missed a spot applying, they, hey, come back, knock this out real quick, we'll give it a minute. And knocking it down, you know, with the pearl weave and then finishing off with a circular knit. And then you kind of, you know, have them also check your work while you're checking theirs. So the team atmosphere was really beneficial.
Thicker coating, definitely could tell it was building on the surface, but again, not that difficult to apply, to spread out. It wasn't like it was so thick that you felt like you're pushing it around. It was just, felt like there was something there, but relatively easy to spread out. The only other thing I really noticed when applying it was you had to change your applicator halfway through doing a vehicle. It starts to build up in the applicator and started to get a little bit harder to spread out. So flip to another side, get another applicator, solves that problem.
All right, quite a day, gentlemen. We've done a lot of work, and by we, I mean you.
We've done a little bit.
But we're gonna sit down to a great meal, my favorite pizzeria called Una Pizza. And this meal is so generously being sponsored by our friends over at Glovebox Detail. So monthly
Shout out to Fred.
Shout out to Fred, shout out to Brad. Thank you very much. We've worked hard, like I said, they've worked hard. And we'll now dine on your dime, and we appreciate it. And I'll put lots of links to all of our friends down below. All right, so bon appetit.
Yep.
We're back to Morning Brunch Co. We had such a good breakfast yesterday.
Got to come back. It's just so good.
And today's breakfast is generously sponsored by EC Details, Eddie Cologne, Keep It Real podcast. Guys, thanks for the eggs and bakey.
Appreciate it. FakeDetailer.com and get a shirt.
Cool experience, things I'm passionate about, same things I'm passionate about is that Rick is, and it's kind of fun when you're living in your own little world in middle of Saskatchewan. There's not very many people out there like you. You kind of feel like, am I a crazy guy over here in my garage? So it's fun every once in a while to meet up with guys that have the same passion and kind of feel like you're creating a brotherhood. For us, driving 6 hours, some people think that's crazy, but here in Canada, that's just another day.